Hello everyone, and welcome to the current issue of Sippin with Steven. And boy, is this a treat today. Not only do I have my friend Rachel Harb here with me from OH Ingram, but Rachel is the general manager of the distillery. So if I'm a little distracted, it's because there's a pyre person here on the show, so I'm very, very happy. Rachel, welcome.
Thank you.
I cannot begin to thank you for being here. And doing a little research for this particular episode, I found some really fascinating things that I can't wait for you to talk about. For instance, what makes OH Ingram, which is down in Columbus, Kentucky, is that correct? Mm-hmm. About 45 minutes south of Paducah, such a unique experience on how both you make your product and potentially for anybody who wants to visit.
Awesome. Well, great question. First, that's part of why I love being here at the Frazier History Museum is it ties back in to the history of bourbon. That's why we exist. That's why we're located so far western Kentucky, about as far as physically possible.
To still be in Kentucky.
Yeah, to still be in Kentucky. And that's because we're there on the Mississippi River for a very specific reason. And that's we're taking a nod back to the history of bourbon as a whole.
Sure.
When the barrels used to be shipped by these different flatboats that are going down the river, down the Ohio, down the Mississippi, all the way down to New Orleans.
Right.
A lot of people have heard that story. What we're doing is going, why did that stop happening? That's why bourbon became what it became. That's why we now have the law that we use a new charred oak container, not technically barrel.
Right.
But with that, we said, why did it stop and should we return and what would that look like? So it's almost like a nod to the history while also bringing out innovation simultaneously.
That is fantastic, and that brings us to obviously the next question. What is it that you guys do that is the nod to that history?
Exactly. So that is actually going to be, we have the original, what we call floating barrel houses. So they are rick houses, so true rick houses like you would see on land in Kentucky, but they're built inside former grain barges. So you actually climb down into our rick houses. It's got the airflow, the ricks are all made of metal instead of wood, and you can actually be on the water, which is where our barrels spend their entire lives. Not a finish, it is day 1 to year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8. Every single day it is living right there on the water.
So is it safe to say it doesn't do anything to accelerate the aging process, but it certainly affects the flavor profile?
Absolutely. So what it does is it really hits 3 main things that are a differentiator for us. So it's the microclimate is huge. Not only is the humidity different than it is on land, you also get these crazy daily temperature swings.
Gotcha.
So it's not just the amazing Kentucky summers and Kentucky winters that we love to all talk about.
Right.
It's a switch every single day. It's going up, it's going down, it's breathing in and out of the barrel quite a bit because of what Mother Nature is doing with the river itself.
So is it akin to, I know some places have tried climate controlled rick houses to where they can adjust it with various degrees of success.
Yeah.
It sounds like this is a natural way to kind of go about the same ideal process. Is that an accurate statement?
Nailed it. The science and all of the graphs and things that we've been pulling and digging into what the barrel actually does, what maturation process is versus on land shows exactly that.
Well, I would be remiss because when people are out on doing their bourbon experiences, they always want to know where they can go. Yeah. And my understanding is you all do offer an experience at OH Ingram, but it is a more curated and something that has to be pre-booked or requested. Is that what is the process for people that are out there?
Great question. So to be able to come out, we do by request only tours right now. We call them chartered. So you're almost like you're chartering a boat. You'd come and charter a tour itself. So you can go online and you can request it, and we'll be able to host you and give you a behind-the-scenes private tour of getting to step onto and see the rick houses on the barges.
Fantastic. I would recommend anyone going to the OH Ingram website to get more information or call the good folks down there to make the reservation or get some clarification on how that works. Now that brings us, Rachel, to these 2 fantastic bottles, these cocktails and these neat pours. Will you tell the good folks at home what these 2 products are that are in these exquisite packages right here?
Absolutely. So first on our right is the bourbon. So it's 105 proof. Excellent. This is our go-to product. We've had it. It's our first bourbon that we ever came out with, and we keep releasing it because people love it.
Okay.
So it's won a lot of awards, double gold, you name it, we've entered it, it's won it. Really beautiful flavor profile. It is a wheated bourbon. The next one is our brand new release. It's another wheated bourbon, but this one is 92 proof. So it's really meant to be beautiful neat and beautiful in a cocktail. So that's why we have both the neat pour and our signature cocktail.
Fantastic. And one of the things that, well, first off, before we do this, I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the good folks at OH Ingram for sponsoring the Frazier event, Lights on Main. Thank you for partnering with I'd Rather Be Reading and with us. This will be the third year you all have been here at the Frazier, and we are so happy that you continue to do that. In Sipping with Stephen tradition, we are going to do a toast. And we're going to do this cocktail that's in front of us because, folks, Rachel told me she has curated this drink and has come up to us. So I'm going to let her tell you what it's all about, and then we will have a toast, and we will go from there.
Perfect. If you've ever heard of the Paper Plane, fantastic modern classic cocktail, this is our riff on it that gives a nod to us being on the water. So we call it the Paper Boat.
So cool. I'm sorry.
The Paper Boat. We are going to trade out that lemon juice, add in a little lime juice, switch Amaro in for some orange, and then you have this beautiful cocktail right in front of us.
It is beautiful. Do you mind if we grab this and have a toast? And let's taste this. This is absolutely fantastic, folks. To OH Ingram, to go into Western Kentucky and seeing how bourbon was originally transported and aged, and to the Frazier History Museum, where we tell the story about bourbon coming down the river every day. Yeah. So thank you so much, and let's taste this and see what we got.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, good gracious. Keeper. It's fantastic, folks. If you get a chance, go to West Kentucky, check out OH Ingram, start on the website. They would love to see you. Check out their product, and we will see you soon. Cheers to your bourbon experience.